Welcome back to RC Legends, and today is a good day because it's a build day, and we love a build day. So obviously it's a Kyosho Turbo Optima, and we're doing this very differently. I've got some really cool, tasteful hop-ups in my opinion, and we're not going box art either. I've had some special decals made for it, 2 different sheets. Yeah, it's going to be so cool. It's an absolutely gorgeous chassis straight out of the box with all the gold parts. So I'm not going crazy with it. And this one is more of a showpiece. I don't think I'll be that bothered to run this because it's a Javelin chassis and I've got the Javelin and I run the Javelin. So I don't know, I'll probably give it a toddle around, but that's probably it. But yeah, it's going to be cool. So we'll do this over 3 videos. So in this one it's going to be the full chassis build. Second video will be some tasteful upgrades which are just going to take the chassis to the next level. And then the third video we'll be doing the body shell and the new livery I've picked for it. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. So we'll just take the lid off, we'll have a quick look what's in the box before we rip all that gorgeous presentation. And also, I should have said at the beginning, a massive thank you to Keith at RC Icons. He actually donated this kit to me with the Javelin when I was thinking about starting RC Legends channel, and he sent me 2 kits to get me started, which is just incredible. So a massive thank you, Keith. Anyway, less waffle, let's get building. So as you can see, one seriously gorgeous looking piece of kit this. The car's phenomenal, but Kyosho did this one right and included all the gold pieces, gold shocks, chassis rails, shock towers. It's just absolutely awesome, even the gold motor plate at the back. But we've got some add-ons for it which are going to complement the gold even more, which you'll see as we get into this build. And there we have it. Look at that for a presentation. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? Incredible. Such a shame to rip it open, but it's got to be done. Tyres are missing. I used those to run the Javelin, but we've got some reproduction Mar1 tyres to go on this car. Interesting fun fact, the Javelin kit when it came out from Kyosho gave you the chain or the belt option and the pulleys. The Turbo Optima, they didn't. The chain was a separate, so they give you the belt, which is better for sort of modern day power. But they did still supply chain, sprockets and belt pulleys. Just left the chain out, which had the chain been in, I probably would have gone chain drive, to be honest. But I did build my Javelin with the chain. So yeah, this will be slightly different, which will be cool. Yeah, let's start building. Right, we're off. So I've got everything out, as you can see. All those beautiful gold parts. This is a bit we're working on, and step 1 is front and rear diffs without the covers, and then the pulleys go on. So yeah, let's get cracking. Right, that's part 1. That's the front diff, rear diff, all greased up. So next stage, on stage 2, is just to put the covers on and the pulleys. Right, that's front and back diff built. That's the front, which is just the pulley for the belt. Feels got that unmistakable Kyosho diff noise. And then the rear, which obviously got the gear drive on it. So yeah, very cool. So moving on to stage 3. So that's almost stage 4 complete. This is the removable pin, but you get the idea of how the belt pulleys work. So now, yeah, it's just a case of putting the opposite casing on and screwing it down. Right, that's up to step 5. So rear gearbox, that's finished. And then we've just put the bearings in the front cases. And that's kind of get the gist of how that goes. So now I've just got to bolt that with 3 bolts. Right, that's stage 5 complete. As you can see, that's the main drive train. I always say chain, but it's train. So moving on to 6, it's we're putting the belt runners on, top and bottom. Right, that's stage 6 finished. It's quite a fiddly job. That was these little covers to put on top and bottom. Top one's there, and there's a little half-length sheet that sticks up at the moment, but once it's on the chassis, this centre one's all the way down. But yeah, you can then feel the belt. I'm just pop that in, I'm not taking it out yet. You can feel it all moving. It's all really nice and smooth. So, moving on to step 7 is the first piece of gold alloy. Look at that. So, yeah, let's get cracking. Right, that's stage 7, the first pieces of gold. Look at that. Lovely. So yeah, I've just put those little pieces on, that's it. Now, looking at the next bit, I'll just move out of the way. Number 8 is basically, we put this and the other opposite side on the back and the actual gold chassis rails. So I'll do all this off camera because it's going to be quite fiddly. Right, that's stage 8 complete. That's quite a fiddly one. There's a lot going on at that stage. So everything's bolted down securely and thread locked apart from the front end, which is step 9. But if I pick it up gently, you'll see how that's bolted together. Motor guard and the gold rails. But it's got this full gold section here. I wasn't aware of that because like the Javelin just has the silver bars, and I assumed you would see the gold bars, but it's covered up with this guard, which is cool, really cool. But you'd scratch that pretty easily, wouldn't you? But yeah, you get the gist of it. I did forget to put the front mount on, just put that on now. And obviously I'm still just checking, hold it down, still checking the belts, making sure that nothing's gone wrong and that's all nice and smooth. So now moving on to stage 9, which is the front end, just to secure it. So and there's the centre brace that goes in as well to secure the rails. So let's get step 9 done. Just thought I'd jump back on quickly just to show you this little front end unit where the little front anti-roll bar sits in there. It's kind of cool. Right, that's stage 9, and it's all held together now. Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at instructions. So the front end's on now, as you can see. Very nice indeed. Very, very nice. You get everything with this kit. I mean, obviously all the gold, with the gold shocks, there's gold springs on it, there's front and back sway bars. It's a really well thought of kit, this, by Kyosho. Because correct me if I'm wrong, this kit was never available back in the day. It was either the Turbo Optima, which as far as I'm aware was all silver, same as the Javelin, and then they did one other kit that was gold, or maybe it was just that option house parts. I can't remember. Did they not do a gold Optima? I think that's what it was. But a gold Turbo Optima didn't exist as a kit. I think I'm pretty correct in saying that. So when they reread this, they went above and beyond, basically, and gave the Turbo Optima kit all the gold bling. I think I'm right in saying that. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I often am. Anyway, that's stage 10. So looking at instructions, stage 9 that was, sorry. 10 is building the servo saver up. Right, that's step 11, which was the steering mechanism. Kyosho, as the same as the Javelin, had already put the actual saver bit together. But yeah, you can see how that works. So moving on to step 12, where we're going to put the last of the gold plates of the actual chassis on. So yeah, let's do that. Right, step 12, so front end plates bolted down, all tightened up now. So moving on to 13, which is the slipper clutch. Right, that's 13, which was the installation of a slipper, which is this little bad boy here. You make the adjustment to roughly that. So yeah, that's all working as it should. If I hold the actual thread, you can just feel it all working now. Feels nice and smooth, I like it. So moving on to 14, it's what they're calling the front and rear upper rods, which is turnbuckles to me. Right, that's 14. pair of fronts, pair of rears. Moving on to 15, got to open bag D, which is the front and rear gold plated shock towers. Right, that's up to 15. God, I'm loving this build. So rear shock tower on, turnbuckles are on, bolts are in for the shocks, and same on the front end. That's all bolted down now. Yeah, really enjoying this build. It's awesome. It's funny because, and this is going to sound crazy, it wasn't that long ago I built the Javelin. It's identical chassis, except it was chain driven. But I don't know, just because the alloy is a different colour and it's gold, it just seems like it's almost a different chassis. I know that makes no sense. I think it's a psychological thing. Yeah, that's coming on nicely. So just looking at the manual on step 16 is the front and rear arms. So let's get them on. Right, that's 16 finished. So obviously front and rear arms are on. Instructions now. Number 17 is the front hub carriers, and 18 is really just greasing the dog bones up and fitting all the front end together. So I'll do 17, 18 and 19, which is the steering arms. I'll do all that and then come back. Right, that's the front end all on. Very enjoyable. I'm pretty sure I didn't do it wrong, but the two steering turnbuckles I made up, it gives you a 1-to-1 size in the manual. Copied that and the wheel alignment was way out. Might have been me, don't know. So I've just had to do it manually myself, but I'm happy with that. So yeah, everything's connected now. So obviously the hubs, it's all goes together so well. So now we've got obviously the steering, and then we've got this cool front anti-sway bar, roll bar, which, how can I hold that so it's on camera so you can see it properly? So it does that. So yeah, very, very cool indeed. So looking at the manual, front stabilizer. Oh, okay. So we're on to 21, which is the rear hubs, and then just bolting it all together again. So again, I'll do all this off camera. Starting to look like a car now. This is such an enjoyable build. Well, it was going really well, and until now, and I'm shocked. There are 2 parts missing from the kit. I'm genuinely shocked. I've spent like 40 minutes. I went through all the bags again. I've just checked everything. There's 1 bag left, which is parts F, but I've just been through that, and that's just all for shocks. So the pair of OT49s are missing, which, sorry, I'm doing this behind camera, go here, hold your rear hub on with a circlip. So this pair of pins is actually missing. Can't believe it. Honestly can't believe it. That doesn't happen very often. It could actually be the very first time this has ever happened to me on any RC kit that I can think of. There's nothing obvious that I can think of where it's happened before. I know it does happen, but it's rare. But yeah, what a downer that is. So I've gone on to eBay. I can't find any in Canada, but there's some in the US and Europe. So it's cost me $17 including shipping. That's Canadian dollars, so like 11 quid, 12 quid to buy the pair. But obviously the problem is it stops the build. So what I'm going to do next, because all it is holding these rear hubs on through here, so I'm going to see if I've got any anything in my tub of tricks what I can just sort of bodge through just to hold them in place so I can carry on. And then obviously when they do turn up, I can just change them very easily and fit the correct ones. Wowzer, that's a shock, that is. Anyway, I'll come back, and if I can't do that, I'll probably have to stop. I don't know, we'll see. Let's have a look. Right, got a bodge to see me through. So all I've done is put a bolt through it and just a nut. I've not tightened it, but it's going to do what I need it to do, hold it in position until the new part comes. I've got that in both sides now. So yeah, at least I can carry on with the build and then just fit them at a later date. I'd have been gutted if I had to stop. So really enjoying this. Anyway, let's carry on. Oh my word, I'm having a nightmare. Self-inflicted nightmare, of course. So I'm just getting to the back to stick the anti-roll bar bracket things on, and I've only got one of them at this size, and I've got a short one, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I've realised, you know that spiel I gave you about I'd done the turnbuckles to the correct length, and then I've had to readjust them to line the front wheels up. Well, that's because I'd used the wrong one of these in there. I'd used one of this size. This brace is over either side, so I'd used a long one instead of the single short one. So I've obviously changed that, put the correct part on there, but then I've had to take the turnbuckles off and adjust them again to get the wheels straight as per manual. So I'm a dumbass. Anyway, I have two of these now, so I'll crack on. Right, moving forward again. So that's the full back end on, everything working as it should. Anti-roll bar comes right around here onto these brackets, and so you can see what it's doing. Whew. So that's me up to stage 24, which is now to put the top deck on, some plastics to put onto the top deck, and then the top deck gets bolted down. So yeah, let's crack on. Right, that's up to, what stage is that? That's 20, up to 25's done. So 26 is the shocks, to build the 4 shocks up next. So this is all bolted down. If you've never built this before, you leave everything loose. There's 4 brackets that bolt onto the chassis that you leave loose, and then you kind of mount it all, and then you tighten it up. It's quite a fun thing to do, actually. So yeah, that's decent progress. So I'm gonna call it a day on that one. Obviously, not video. I'll take this back up tomorrow. So for you, it's going to be instant. But yeah, I've really enjoyed that today. Right, that's the shocks made, and damn, that looks lovely. That I know it's kind of an obvious statement, but the gold shocks really bring the rest of the gold alive. It's really, really nice. I'd even go as far to say exceptional. What a thing. So we're getting to the end of this now. So I've got to do, let's turn this around so you can see. So I've got to create the build the little drive gear, and then there's a gearbox cover that goes on there, and a bumper. You get a choice of 2 bumpers. I'm going to go with a little small one like I used on the Javelin, as opposed to the one that covers the front wheels. So I'll get those bits on. Right, that's the drive gear on. I've just disconnected the sway bar just to do it. That just sits on like that. And then you run a gasket round the gearbox housing, which I've done. And then that goes on with a clip that goes through this spindle and holds it all on together. That's a small front bumper I've used, as opposed to this one. I didn't want the full coverage. So yeah, quite happy with that. Looks nice. And she's done. That looks absolutely gorgeous. So these are the kit wheels, but these I've used these, so I've got a bit of grime on them. But these are not the wheels that are going on the actual car, which you'll see in the next video, because I've got some chassis upgrades to do next. Nothing major, but it's only going to enhance how nice the chassis is already, I think. Well, I know. But oh, what a gorgeous thing. Absolutely epic. Stick in the comments what you think, my friends. That's got to be, that has to be one of the best looking chassis of all time. Surely. Just, again, I know it's just because of a gold alloy, but that just looks absolutely incredible. I've got to sort the ride height out, but we'll do that in the next video when I put the upgrades on. Oh, wow, that is stunning. Right, my friends, that's as far as I'm going to go with it today, or in this video. But apart from the missing parts, which was very disappointing, however, I did post it on the RC Legends Facebook group, and there was a lot of other people coming back saying that Kyosho, their Kyosho builds had parts missing, and there was 2 or 3 who said they had the same with the Turbo Optima, which is interesting. It's disappointing, but it happens, doesn't it? And I think the percentage of times it happens is minuscule overall. But yeah, it's frustrating, but we bodged it for now, and it's a really easy fix when the new parts arrive. But yeah, I mean, obviously I built the Javelin on this channel, so the build is identical. But it does seem different because of the gold, daft as it sounds. Yeah, I mean, this is quite an expensive kit, but you get everything with it. It's full bearings with it, on front and back sway bars, the gold shocks. It's and slipper clutch. It's a really nice piece of kit. So I'll be coming back with part 2 very soon, and we're going to add some very tasteful bling, I hope. I won't tell you what it is, but I bought some chassis upgrades just off eBay. Yeah, I won't tell you what it is, you have to watch the next video, but I think it's going to take this chassis to the next level. Not that it needs it, but yeah, it's going to be cool. Anyway, as always, my friends, thanks so much for watching. It is honestly massively appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could maybe consider liking and subscribing, turn all the notifications on if you do that, and leave a comment, let me know what you thought. And a thumbs up, that would be awesome. I don't ask for much, do I? Anyway, I'm dribbling on. As always, my friends, it's not happy I seen, is it? Wow, wrong channel. Let's do that again. Should edit it out, but I'm not professional. You know me, fat lad from Bradford. As always, my friends, thanks so much for watching, and I haven't even got a saying, have I? That's weird. Happy I seen.